Chicago leading. Rose double teamed. Rose a screen on Allen. Dunleavy the pass to Noah. Right side Rose. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And here comes Leonard. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Allen kicks to Parker. They need this one. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Bulls have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Parker with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kicks to Noah. It's tipped. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time. Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Chicago with the ball. Rose dishes to Gasol. The kick outside to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And the wide open shot from Rose. And again, no good by Chicago. San Antonio trailing here. Jordan the screen. It's Parker with the drive. And he gets the bucket. Well, Tony Parker, an excellent scorer. Creative finisher, certainly inside with a smooth pull-up jump shot from mid-range. Steve, when he gets in the lane, he is dynamite.
Yeah, and he draws fouls at a very high rate for a point guard. He's so good at initiating contact and then forcing the officials to make a call. And what that does, it gets you free points. It also allows you to set up your defense at the other end.
Parker double team. Leonard the pass to Parker. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Parker really is great from mid-range and in. His three-point shooting a little bit more inconsistent. Some seasons he's shot in the high 30s from out there. Others it's only been in the 20s. But it may be a shot he turns to as he loses some of that elite, elusive quickness.
And Tony Parker drops them both.
And as much as we talk about Parker offensively, he's also a solid defender. Never one to gamble for steals, but considering his offensive load, he remains steady at the other end of the floor.
And it's Rose penetrating. And that one's good.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Leonard sets a screen for Parker. Jordan the screen. Here's Allen. Chicago grabs the miss. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Joakim Noah, one of the great effort players in the NBA. His energy and mobility enable him to make his impact felt all over the court.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Boy, you talk about Noah's energy and hustle. His offensive rebounding is a huge plus for their offense, and his speed in transition creates problems for the opposing big men as well.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. It's stolen by Rose. Drops in the breakaway layup. Rose has got 6. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Chicago.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
At the defensive end, Steve, Noah's a key player.
Yeah, last season's defensive player of the year, Kevin. He gives you rebounds, blocks, steals, but what impresses me the most is his ability to guard on the perimeter against screen and roll when he switches out onto point guards. He's unmatched in that category.
Mills can't hit.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Just making it look easy out there the way they're running.
From 11 feet away, that misses off the backboard.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Rose double teamed. Dishes it to Dunley. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That doesn't go either for Butler.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Gasol kicks to Dunleavy. Pass to Rose. Outside Butler. He feeds it to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Dunleavy. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Spurs trail by 5. Bellinelli dishes to Diaw. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Green inside the three-point line. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Chicago's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Outside Gasol. Rose kicks to Gasol. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. Gasol dishes to Butler. Passes to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Gasol. Outside Butler. From deep, Rose. Good. Rose has got 9 points.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
San Antonio calls timeout. Now, a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
And the Bulls making a change here. Cantor checked in for Noah. Gibson comes in for Pau Gasol. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. And Green gets it to go. The Bulls leading by 6.
Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results. There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here's Diaw off with the layup.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like they might have been worn down. And I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deeper this season.
Mills with it, guarded by Heinrich. And Mills kicks to Diaw. And the shot is good.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
And Brooks, here we go. It's deflected. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Green with the ball. Here's Diaw. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Savvy move to pull up from three-point range on the break there. When you can shoot it like he can, if you've got it, take it.
Shots good from Butler.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
And Mills kicks to Diaw. On the wing, Green. Inside. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
5 seconds on the shot.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
Here's Heinrich. That one rolling around and runs out. Here's Diaw. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Bulls. They lead by 2. Live from... And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 P's: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. Tony Parker is up there with Allen. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. Parker with the steal. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Guys, Ray Allen, now in his 19th season in the league, is still going strong. As former teammate Shane Battier said, he's the most disciplined guy I've ever played with. He's borderline psychotic when it comes to his regimen. That extends to his diet. No sugar, no carbs, no red meat. And guys, Allen managing every detail to prepare himself for action.
He's taking it to the next level, Doris. Thanks. Heinrich outside. And he nails the jumper. Heinrich's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Bulls.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done. Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation. Really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
So much can be said about the Spurs' dominance as a franchise. I mean, 15 straight years of winning 50 games or more during the regular season. And, you know, last year, they were at least 500 or better against every other team in the league, and they have been since 1976.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah is checked in for Enes Kanter. Dunleavy comes in for Butler. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. San Antonio trailing here. Now here's Parker. He has 6. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And guys, think about the history of the Spurs. They didn't even come into the NBA until 1976 when they made the transition from the old ABA.
Well, you talk about a fan base that is spoiled. I mean, nearly 40 years of beating every team in the league more than they've been beaten by those teams. So just an incredible record.
At the line for your Spurs,
Tony Parker, I don't think there's any question the best player ever to come out of France. In fact, back in the summer of 2013, he led France to the Euro Cup championship in Slovenia. Just a terrific performance there for Parker.
And again, Chicago, no good. The Spurs shooting 43% from the field. And the pass to Jordan. Leonard on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Rose with the double team. Allen for 3. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Leonard. That's good from Allen on the assist from Leonard. Allen's got the lead up to 2 now for San Antonio.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Gibson with the screen on Parker. And that one's good. Rose is got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
France has really produced some quality NBA players. You think about Boris Diaw, Nick Batum. Batum actually carried France in that title game against Lithuania.
It's Allen with the drive. Lets it go from 11. Duncan misses. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. For 3, Dunleavy. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. And for Boris Diaw and Parker, they grew up together. And they've won a gold medal together in the U18 European Championships.
And for 13 years, they've tried to get that second gold medal. But I'll tell you, the quality of play around the world, Kevin, just continues to get tougher and tougher. And France definitely in that upper echelon.
Back to Heinrich. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Allen. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Ray Allen, the all-time leader in three-point field goals. And say what, his shooting stroke, so admired throughout his career, but it's a combination of the consistency of his effort and the purity of that stroke.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in. Pau Gasol's checked in for the Bulls. Rose passes to Noah. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Bulls lead by 1. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number could easily go up to double digits before this game is over.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Still Chicago ball. 24 seconds.
And Chicago has possession. And Gasol now top of the key. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Parker dishes to Allen. Back to Parker. Diaw, the screen. Shot off the screen. And he drops that one in. And that's 11 points for Parker.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Gasol kicks to Heinrich. Near the 3-point line, it's Dunleavy. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And that is good. Allen's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Starting to get a little momentum here after that scoreless first quarter.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Heinrich outside. Rose passes to Gasol. 6 to shoot. The 9-foot shot. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Diaw's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Parker dishes to Jordan. Back to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. And Diaw kicks to Leonard. No good. Good work defensively by Gasol. Now Heinrich. The dish to Gasol. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. Gasol's got 6. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck, how about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Green comes in for Ray Allen. And it's Mills in for Parker. And Mills kicks to Green. Feeds to Diao. Baseline try. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The try by Noah. Well, it's funny, Clark. Some people thought that Joakim Noah was considered a bust when drafted by Chicago.
Very premature assessment of that young man. I tell you, you talk about having to eat crow for those who felt that way. A two-time NCAA champion, Noah has now rightly become revered as the heartbeat of this scrappy Bulls team, an All-NBA and All-Star, and also an All-NBA defensive player as well.
Jordan sets the pick for Green. Jordan with the screen on Rose. Diop. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Back to Rose. Right side Gasol. He dishes it to Dunlap. Three-pointer, Heinrich.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Mills passes to Jordan.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy two.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around. Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Yeah, and that kind of approach is going to serve them well. It's gotten them to the line more than a few times this quarter.
Hedo Turkoglu's checked in for San Antonio. And a change for the Bulls. Butler, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And it's 6 points for Joakim Noah. Jordan dishes to Mills. Now here's Turkoglu. Defended by Dunleavy. No good from Turkoglu. Chicago leading by 5. Butler with the ball. Now Green defending. Rose attacking. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, the Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau, known as one of the most demanding coaches in all the NBA, he said the teams that are special always play with a rare intensity. That's just how championship caliber teams play. He added, I don't think you really feel pressure if you're putting everything you have into each and every day. Sound strategy, Kevin.
He's one of the best getting that kind of effort from his players, Doris. Thank you. Offensive rebound. Gasol kicks to Butler. Back to Gasol.
2 minutes.
Pass to Dunleavy. Butler on the wing. Now the feed to Dunleavy. Shoots over Mills. Gets the front of the rim and out.
He has just disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all offensively.
And I'm sure he's ready to put this quarter behind him and quickly.
Right side Green. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
1:31 left now here in the second. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Bulls were a team last year that just never gave up. That was their identity. You know, they didn't have a ton of talent, but they played with a toughness and a defensive mentality that always seemed to keep them moving forward.
Dunleavy's shot is off. Spurs trail by 3. Now here's Turkoglu. Not a lot of room. 6 to shoot. Jordan sets the pick for Turkoglu. No luck. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Well, to follow up on the Bulls, that never-say-die attitude, Clark, kept them in a lot of road games. Ended up winning 21 last year.
And, Kevin, that put them just over 500 on the road as a team, and that's really all you can hope for when you lose your star player early in the season.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Misses, and the dry spell continues. San Antonio's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And here's Turkoglu. Some solid defense from Gasol. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Bulls lead by 3. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3. Parker kicks to Allen. Jordan with the screen on Butler. Parker with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Parker's got 14.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. The kick out to Rose. Three-pointer. Gasol passes to Noah. Outside Rose. Tries again. And the shot is long.
And little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Gasol against Allen. Back to Parker. Leonard attacking for the tie. And another basket for San Antonio. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Noah against Duncan. Rose gets a wide open look. That doesn't go either for Rose.
No, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Offensive rebound. Allen kicks to Parker. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Kicks to Duncan. Over Dunleavy. And that one's good. Duncan. Duncan's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. It's so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
And it's Rose penetrating. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Derrick Rose, the 2011 MVP, but major injuries to his knees have cost him most of the last 2 seasons. Only time will tell if he's able to reclaim that elite status in the NBA.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. You didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
Bulls trail by 3. Dishes it to Dunleavy. Pass to Gasol. The kick out to Rose. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Rose has got 16. And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend.
Butler attacking. That gives them the lead. He has 7. And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
These two teams, guys, look so evenly matched to me. I think this could go right down to the wire.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, head coach Greg Popovich, a big believer in what he calls corporate knowledge, the idea that continuity breeds success through players truly understanding the system at a deep level.
Duncan, a screen. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Parker outside. The drive by Allen. Nobody near Leonard. A three-pointer off the mark. And as much as Popovich, Clark values that continuity, the team's principles, really never stands still. He adapts to his personnel and adjusts his strategies.
And that's a credit to any really good leader. And I've heard it said that leadership is everything when you're talking organizations, team sports. And that's a great point. I mean, the Spurs have won going big. They've won going small. They've won as a defensive-focused team. They've won as an offensive-focused team. I mean, they haven't changed their core principles, but to Popovich's credit, he has adjusted styles based on his personnel and where they are in their career cycle.
Bulls moving the ball around. And Jordan sends it back. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And the Spurs making a change here. Hawes is checked in. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Heinrich comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Heinrich kicks to Butler. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Butler.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that throw.
Leonard attacking. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, since halftime, he's been hesitant with the ball in his hands. First half, he was flawless with his decision-making, but not so here in the second.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Noah with a screen on Parker. Rose with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. And it's Gibson finishing it off. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket. His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Rose attacking. Out left to the wing. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And it's Butler missing.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Green dishes to Duncan. He feeds it to Hawes. Here's Parker. Leonard with no one around. Outside, Green. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal.
Well, he gave the officials no choice there. Easy call. Went right over the top.
Yeah, he's got to go straight up when he's under the boards in that kind of traffic. Can't chest first into the man in front of you. That's a foul.
Butler goes in. Out to the wing. And Heinrich gets it to go.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play. They're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Here's Duncan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his second personal.
Well, Tim Duncan, in a lot of ways, the epitome of Steve's substance over style.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin, both in terms of his game and his personality. He's just a winner and a leader, but he does it in such a quiet fashion that sometimes people forget to take notice.
Passes it to Butler. The Bulls keep it alive. And Gibson kicks to Butler. The pass to Rose. To the left side wing. Heinrich from outside. A rebound by the Spurs. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rose with the double team. Leonard the pass to Parker. Duncan left side. Duncan left side. Drains it from 17 feet out. Duncan's got 10.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Rose kicks it to Noah. To the middle. Butler. Rebound, San Antonio.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
Noah with a screen for Rose. The kick outside to Butler. Rejected by Duncan. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Bellinelli comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. Cantor checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Rose. And Diaz kicks to Bellinelli for the lead. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Brooks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The kick outside to Butler. And Heinrich has it in the corner. Brooks outside. Butler dishes to Brooks. The kick outside to Butler. It's stolen. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Great communication on the alley-oop. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of it, Mark.
Yeah, me too. Man, this has been great, guys. And the fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
The Spurs have gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. We've got 1:18 left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Bellinelli, guarded by Heinrich. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And Diaw kicks to Green. There's the dish to Diaw. Now Hawes. And he banks in the layup. 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Brooks outside. Gibson setting the pick for Brooks. Tries it from 9. No good from Gibson.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
5 to shoot. They kick it out to Green. And here's Mills for 3. Brooks with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. To the paint. Here's Cantor. The layup missed. Outside, Bellinelli. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's San Antonio leading. They've got Turkoglu. Spencer Hawes out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Mills. And it's Green in at the 2. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Here's Turkoglu. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Gasol's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Feeds to Diaw. Second shot opportunity. Good as the jump shot falls. Diaw's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs. Here's Butler. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Butler's got 9 points here in the second half. Mills with it. In the corner, it's Turkoglu. Over to the left wing. Mills passes to Green. Clock at 6. Goes up the baseline. Hawes, no luck. The Bulls shooting for the game at 42%. Brooks outside. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Butler missing again. They double him with Butler. Mills with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Pass to Hawes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Spencer Hawes, an early candidate last season for most improved player, but his hot shooting steadily tailed off, Steve, with the Sixers last year.
Yeah, month after month, you know, his field goal percentage and three-point percentage has dropped. But I thought he found new life when he was traded to the Cavs. Remember, when you're on a bad team, you're losing night after night. It can be disheartening. I think that might have been some of what we saw with Hawes and his numbers declining.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. Rose kicks it to Noah. A second chance effort. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Hall's a free agent this offseason. Playing well over the last 3 seasons, he was a safe bet to get a nice new contract. Big guys with his skill level, and they get paid in this league.
Noah hits them both.
Then for Hawes, a rare skill set. Not that many 7-footers who can shoot from three-point range the way he can. And as much as teams value threes nowadays, not surprising he commanded a nice payday in free agency.
The feed now to Mills. 5 on the clock. And Hawes gets to Green. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Tough to hit that shot when you got the defense right in your shirt.
Rose with the ball. And they double up Gasol. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Bulls lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime.
Why not?
And Diaw kicks to Turkoglu. Hawes dishes to Green. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Parker, here we go. Duncan with this screen on Butler. Can't get it to go. And the Bulls going the other way now. Outside Rose. Right side Rose. Dunleavy for 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And it's a 4-point Chicago lead. Parker passes to Allen. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Rose kicks to Gasol. Noah against Jordan. Shot clock at 6. And it's Rose penetrating.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. 18 points and 2 steals. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Yeah, he's really distributed well on the offensive side, and then ball hawking defensively. He's been impressive.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
Well, to keep a lead like this, they should continue to attack the paint like they have been. Don't settle for jump shots. Find your way to the free throw line.
Leonard attacking. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have. Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the cap room they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could have gone.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Rose kicks to Gasol. He dishes it to Butler. Back to Gasol. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Pulls from the top of the key. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Gasol. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Now here's Parker. He kicks to Allen. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Dishes it to Rose. Kicks it to Butler. To the wing on the left. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
3 seconds on the shot clock. 3.
On its way from Rose for 2. Rose can't get that one to fall. Here's Allen. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pocket 6. Butler with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too. Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defending well. Move the ball. Share the sugar.
San Antonio calls timeout. Mike Dunleavy, the former number 3 overall pick out of Duke back in 2002.
Yeah, he played on that Duke team back in 2001 that won the NCAA championship. Played alongside Williams and Boozer. You know, never really became a star, but a quality player over his 12-year NBA career.
Green's checked in for Allen. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
And Mike Dunleavy Jr. is the son of a former NBA player and coach, Mike Sr. Actually, I played against Mike Sr. during his days, and Mike Sr., the dad, was a 6'3" point guard. Mike Jr. at 6'9". Because of that exposure to his dad's game, Mike Jr. has always had great ball handling skills even at 6'9".
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Tim Duncan. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Outside Gasol. Here's Dunleavy. He's covered by Leonard. Gasol. The offensive rebound. Pass to Dunleavy.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Chicago.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive efficiency has been a major factor.
Here's Parker. Jordan dishes to Green. He feeds it to Parker. Leonard attacking, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for Dunleavy, a really smart help defender, and offensively has become more and more reliable with his three-point shot here in the latter part of his career.
2 shots.
Looking at the game for Kawhi Leonard, he has 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Passes it to Butler. And that one's good. Butler's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Rose attacking. Ring shot on the way. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Outside, Bellinelli, and he gets it to go.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Butler in the corner. Rose passes to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Butler in the corner. Butler missing again.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
Bonner's shot good.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3 ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
This all setting the pick for Rose. Butler in the corner. Outside Rose. Another shot. Noah. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. Marco Bellinelli picks it.
Looking at the game for Noah, he has 8 points. 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
How big was that? And he's just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
.136 left in the fourth quarter. Turkoglu dishes to Bellinelli. Bonner kicks to Bellinelli. Here's Turkoglu. And he uses the glass on the layup. And you can feel the crowd react as one.
Yeah, that shot got them out of their seats and off their hands.
Guys, they just exploded when it went down.
Noah the screen. Rose attacking. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And the Bulls with another miss. Bellinelli passes to Turkoglu. Here is Bonner. Here's Diaw. There's the pass to Bonner. Turkoglu dishes to Diaw to tie it up. Connects. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
A crucial basket.
They needed it, and he gave it to him.
Noah with a screen for Rose. It is now to Dunlap. Outside Butler. Outside Rose. From downtown. San Antonio's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Turkoglu. No good from 3-point territory. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Here's Noah. Oh, missed it. Here's Joseph. Oh, it's no good. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. And it's going to be San Antonio off the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in the Noah with a screen on Parker. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Offline with his 3. Parker kicks to Diaw. It's Allen on the wing. Shot clock at 6. With some arc. Chicago grabs the miss. Noah's got 8 rebounds in this game.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
That's good. That's 28 points for Rose.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will be foul number 5 on him.
First team foul.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Turkoglu comes in for Leonard. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Allen. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Tony Parker.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Turkoglu passes to Diaz to take the lead. Good. And the Spurs lead by 2. Diaz gone 5 of 11 from the field. Noah with a screen for Rose. Feeds to Butler. Here's Turkoglu.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in the slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
Bulls trail by 4. Pass to Dunleavy. The feed now to Gasol. And the Bulls with another miss. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Spurs leading by 4. Turkoglu kicks to Diaw. Launches it. Chicago grabs the miss. Rose dishes to Gasol. San Antonio's got neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. And Bellinelli kicks to Turkoglu. He dishes it to Bellinelli. Back to Turkoglu. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the line. Over to the wing. Bonner kicks to Turkoglu. Goes to the fadeaway and ends it. Turkoglu's got 4 points in the quarter.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. No good again that time. And Joseph kicks to Bonner. And here is Joseph. Dishes to Bonner. From outside, off the mark.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that 3-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're leading by 6. 1:05 left to play in the first overtime. Some changes here for the Spurs. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Noah with a screen for Rose. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
And it's blocked. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul. From deep. And Bonner pulls it down.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
And it's Rose missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. And you don't get too many better looks from that range.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is safe.
Well, if not 100% safe, certainly 95%.
Kawhi Leonard.
Gasol kicks to Rose. Blocked. But they recover it. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. You know, Clark, they couldn't put him away in regulation, but after a superb performance in overtime, they managed to get the job done.
Yeah, just an amazing game, but they pulled away at the end.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Tony Parker.